Ahmed, are you ready?
For what?
The show.
Oh, we're doing a show, all right?
Yeah,
I
the
forgot.
Untold.
Yeah, the Untold, yes. I am
We're gonna introduce people.
super
I
ready.
love the fact we have very interesting books here.
But like, have you ever played Sudoku?
Honestly, I have.
Oh,
when,
really?
When I was 12.
Mashallah.
What about you?
Never. I don't even know how to play it. Is it like chess?
No
No.
comment. This is we'll leave this
We'll
away
leave
from the
this-
guests
yeah,
right
okay,
now.
Sure.
The viewers shouldn't know about this.
Oh.
But yeah.
Are we rolling? We are
Are
rolling.
we-
Okay.
are we
So
recording?
you wanna start the show?
Okay. Hello and welcome to the most beautiful, exciting show on TV, The Untold, where we share very interesting stories,
Love.
very unique stories,
Yeah.
and very authentic stories. But you know what's better? Having ALMazeedi with me, my co-host, and I am.
Hussein Al-Ajuz, the amazing Hussein Al-Ajuz, of course. Welcome to KTV2.
Thank you so much. It's your home.
We're gonna have so much fun.
We will.
It's your home now too.
Thank you so much.
And this is the family channel, and
Yes, it
we
is.
are one big happy family. We're excited to have you on board, and this will be an amazing show.
It's gonna be a beautiful journey.
Yes.
A lot of stories. And you know what's the most beautiful thing about it? It's conversational.
Absolutely. And today's guest, we're not gonna make him wait any much longer.
Let's do it.
Right after this, we'll welcome our very first guest. Stay tuned. And we're back on the Untold, welcoming our very special guest for our very first episode, Fawzi Al-Musallam. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Ramadan Kareem to you and to your family, of course.
Yeah.
شكرا كل عام وانتم بخير
Thank
وعساكم
you
من
so much.
أواسط.
Thank
Thank you.
It's a
Thank
pleasure
you.
to have you on the first episode.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm honored.
So, shall we begin?
Yeah, so we start very broad. Could you briefly, or maybe we can go a little bit longer, describe what you do?
I've done a lot. Do we have enough time
Yeah,
to
that's
describe
exactly, see?
We have.
what I do? I graduated with a double major, civil and architectural engineering. I pursued my career in project management and then into real estate investment, then into hotel management. I worked in many places.
Oh,
around
wow, you've been all around.
All around.
Wow.
the world. And then I wanted to really, the question was, how can I transfer the knowledge? How can I help people? How can I give them? Because I've been through so many challenges, whether it's in career or on a personal level. So I was introduced to life coaching.
Okay.
And I pursued life coaching. I got certified as well as a life coach. And I also see it, it really opens doors for people who are really willing to tackle the challenges. We all go through our
course,
Absolutely,
of course,
absolutely, yeah.
That's what people don't usually see.
So I guess my question is, what got you into engineering in the beginning? And then what made you wanna also follow into the mentorship career path, or
Life coaching
advising
in
people, life coaching in general?
Okay.
So why those two?
Engineering, my generation. Okay, it's
everyone-
either you're a doctor or an engineer ولا ضابط, okay,
Exactly.
or
Is
an
it one of
officer.
those
Okay,
stories? Is it one of
If
those
you're none of
stories?
those, you're a
Okay,
failure.
Yeah.
but I was good also at school.
Okay.
So I pursued engineering, but then I continued. I mean, it really gave me the foundation.
Were
because
you
if
genuinely interested in engineering though, or was it
Yes.
because
No,
it
no,
just
I was interested.
You were
I-
interested
I
to a
liked
degree.
math. I liked
Okay.
science as
Okay.
well, and also engineering gives you a very good foundation. Then you
Oh,
could
yeah.
pursue anything
I think
else
it makes
in
you
life.
very analytical as a person, and it kind of builds a very strong personality out of yourself. Like you become very analytical. I'm assuming that kind of kicked it off with you.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And it helped me throughout the year, throughout my career.
Of course.
Okay,
Of course.
actually in engineering. But then the turn into pursuing life coaching, actually it was never in my mind. However,
Right.
I was really lucky to have a colleague who became my mentor. and
Okay.
Wow,
told
that's a
me-
big switch.
Yeah.
Yes, and told me that, do this. You will be able to help people, and you have accumulated over the years working in different countries, lots of experience.
Yeah.
And with this, you'll be able to help people.
At what age, can I just ask, at what age did you decide that, hey, I'm going to make a shift into life coaching?
This was 7 years back.
7 years ago.
Yes.
Okay.
And before that time period, you were working in the engineering field?
I started in
Okay.
engineering, but then I went into real estate investment and then hotel management. I
I
spent
see. Okay.
So you had a long experience
Yeah.
before jumping into this field.
Into this
yes,
field, okay.
but it is. Let me clarify. I mean, I did not do it on its own.
Yeah.
Okay, I was doing both dual at the same
Okay.
time,
All right.
Yeah.
and I saw how it helped my team members when I was coaching them one-on-one, and
Yeah.
it was a challenge because when you have a client, and in order to have an excellent relationship with your client, they need to open up, and being their manager or their leader, okay, but it all depends on trust, actually.
Absolutely.
Okay, so in a relationship between the coach and coachee, it's all about trust.
I think it's fair to start. A lot of people, because life coaching as a concept can be taken for granted, could be oversimplified.
Yeah.
Shall we start with a definition?
Exactly.
What is the professional definition of life coaching in general?
Life coaching is, the saying, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear.
Nice.
Okay. This is the coachee is an individual, he or she, that they feel at a certain point in their journey in life that they are challenged or they are stuck somewhere. And it could be in different ways. The topics are enormous. And this is where the relationship starts between the coach and the coachee. It's based on trust. It's based on confidentiality, because this is the foundation for any successful coaching. It's a relationship that continues between the coach and the coach.
Especially confidentiality.
Absolutely.
I think that's one is what gets people. It's like, I'm going to sit with you and we'll talk, and nothing will exit this conversation or this table.
Trust, to establish
100%.
that trust.
And any relationship is different. It depends from one coachee to the other. Some
course.
you will be able to reach that from the first session. With the second session or third session. Sometimes it doesn't. I mean, it's not always. You see, in coaching, one of the things that they have taught us that for both the coach and coachees, they are, once they engage together, is that the coachee has the right to say, this is not working for me.
Okay.
Or the coach can say, okay, listen, this is not working, this is not going anywhere, so it's better that we end this relationship.
Right.
So it's a relationship based on trust, confidentiality, and and this is where the coach will be witnessing his client, okay, growing.
They will see evident changes.
Changing, pursuing what they would like.
Yeah.
But actually the work will be done by the coachee. Everything will be done by the coachee.
So they have. That's what they say. They say that a coach will never tell you what to do. Like a coach
they
will
will
sit
guide
with
you. They will show you the way, but it's on you.
Exactly,
Yeah.
which I found very interesting. Like,
Yeah.
Actually, it's just like what you are doing now. You're asking questions, okay?
And you're answering, and you're finding.
You're
that.
trying to find out more. So this
Yeah.
is where the coach, they said, powerful questions, okay? And it's not necessary that the coachee will say everything. Sometimes you have to read between the lines. You have to read the body language. And this is where gifts and nuggets that the coachee will be giving to the coach.
Nice.
Because you might start with something and end up with something totally different.
Yes.
Even for the coachee, because you are actually walking into a journey together, and then you will find out. You don't have an agenda once you are sitting with your coachee. It's not like تعال انت اليوم نسوي كذي. No, it doesn't work that way. It happens as you are unearthing together.
And it takes a while.
It takes a while. شوف, there is no one size fits all.
Oh yeah.
Everyone is going to be different.
Absolutely.
Okay, يعني, for example, you might like to pursue learning to play the piano. Okay, you might do it much faster than the other. Okay, the other might try it and then might give it up. And it's also an opportunity even for the coachee. Even if they are pursuing something, they might at the end or maybe halfway they say, this is not what I want. Because then it becomes clear for them.
So would you say there's a comparison between being a life coach and a therapist? I feel like the sessions are kind of in one way similar, but your job is different as a life coach than a therapist.
Sounds like there's a lot of similarity, to be honest.
There are a lot of similarities.
There are similarities, however, they say it's it's a red flag. Okay, once you see that, for example, the coachee does not need a coach, needs the therapist. This is where you end the relationship.
What is that key thing you see where you know the difference?
There might be
psychological level.
On
a psychological level.
Yes. But they clearly say you're not into therapy, and you even clarify it even to your client that this is not a therapy.
Absolutely.
This is not a therapy.
Do you think every human needs a life coach? They say every human needs a therapist, right? But do you think every human needs a life coach?
Every coach needs a coach.
I think the answer
just
is
for the coaches then. So that changes the answer. Just for the coaches.
Like you said, any human.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any human needs a life
Any
coach.
human. We all go daily on different challenges in our lives, in our careers, in our relationship, and whatever we do. Yes, this coach is qualified coach. I need a coach now, and I'll tell you why. Because on 31st of December was my last day at the company. So now I have this new space that I'm entering, where I have.
Now you're independent.
Totally.
Wow.
Open.
Okay, that's a big move. That's a big move.
And I was having a conversation yesterday with one of my colleagues, and he's a coach in United Arab Emirates, and he said, Fawzi, don't forget yourself. You need a coach. Okay? Because with the coach, I will be designing what do I want.
Nice.
Okay, and the time that I have. And one thing that is important between the coach and coachee is accountability.
Keeps you accountable, keeps you on check.
Yes, يعني أنت اليوم تقول I'm going to do this. Okay, so when are you going to do it? Okay. When? How will I know?
So that's the questions the coach would ask you.
At the end of the session, the coach will ask you, okay, so when are you going to do it? Tell me. He will not put any pressure. Maybe he'll say in a week, in 2 weeks' time, or I'll get back to you.
So that's what the coachee would say.
Yeah. And then the coach will say, okay, how would I know? Are you going to call me? Are you going to send me an SMS? Are you going to
So to that detail, my friend is a life coach, and he told me once he had a client, and the client had a problem. He's not finishing, as simple as not finishing books. He's not reading the books to its fullest. And then he clearly went into the details. He made him think of how many pages he's going to read, what time he's going to start, where he's going to be sitting, what is he going to be drinking tea. You need to imagine the full scenario so that you really kind of like manifest it.
It becomes easier.
Yeah.
Okay. During the coaching, you see the one of the basic fundamentals of coaching, of CTI, that every human being is creative and has the capability. This is, everyone has it. Okay. The role of the coach is for him to really have a deep dive,
to unlock it,
and to see that potential that he has. Everyone has it. So it's about clarity. It's about knowing what you have, the capabilities, and then living a fulfilling life.
That's very interesting that if everyone has a box, the question I think that we should ask is, why is it that some people's boxes are very locked?
Like I told you, everyone is totally different. Every single one is totally different. They might appear to be having the same problem, but then as you go deeper and deeper into this conversation, you will realize, no, there's something, it's coming. The root cause is different than what you see at the surface.
Yes.
And so would you say there are different types of life coaching? It's one that's more specialized on things, or every life coach
in general, life coaching is similar, but the topics will vary. Okay, because it depends on the questions, depends on the techniques, it depends on the skills, it depends on the experience also of the coach, how much he or she has accumulated over the years, and how much do you develop yourself also as a coach, how much do you read, how much do you see, share with other coaches what kind of challenges that we go through.
And it's measured by hours, isn't it? Like how many hours of training do you have, or is it not measured like that?
To be certified, you
Yes.
need to cover a certain number of
Hours.
Okay.
of hours,
Okay.
paid hours. Okay.
Also, not just friendly, voluntarily. Okay,
no,
fair enough.
No, you can have for pro bono. There's a certain percentage where it's for
Okay,
pro bono.
pro bono.
But however, for the others,
Has
it
to be
has to be
paid.
paid, and you need to be a little bit merciful when you are charging, and be modest.
Exactly.
At
When
the
you
beginning.
start out, at least, right?
Yeah.
All right. When we come back, we'll continue our discussion and talk about comfort zones right after this break.
We're back on the final segment with Bufaris, of course, and we can finally dig deeper into the topic that Ahmed ended with about the comfort zones.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite topics, I'll be honest, and I'm very, very interested to know on what's your take on the comfort zones. Like, what is it? What are those zones that surrounds us?
Comfort zone is a place where you're not challenged. This is something that is habitual for you. You do it easily.
Makes you feel safe.
Very, very,
Very
very
safe.
safe. Absolutely, I like this.
It's your safety net.
It's very safe.
Right.
But then I realized that it is not really a comfort zone. It's a limitation zone. This is where you start to limit yourself.
Sure.
You're not growing. You're staying where you are. Actually, you're stuck in that comfort zone. The name is quite nice. It's a comfort zone. But it does not help you because you are hiding in that comfort zone. So if you really want to grow, if you really want to thrive, if you really want to go places where you aspire to,
Yeah.
you need to
step
get
outside.
out of that comfort zone.
So all the cliche quotes about comfort zones being, success at the edge of your comfort zone and so on, it's not really cliche, is it? It's actually a
No.
fact.
Yeah.
It's true.
No, it is a fact.
It's true.
And this is why you see many people are in their comfort zone.
Yeah.
Why do they stop pursuing what they like? It's because it's the fear. Because this is a zone that I am familiar with.
Exactly.
I know it very well. But the minute I step out of that comfort zone, I'm scared.
And the body hates change.
Absolutely.
And the mind hates
the
change.
mind, absolutely.
The
The
mind
mind
hates
hates change. This is the reptile part of our mind. This is change. This is danger, okay? Go back.
Yeah.
Yani, for example, I would like to exercise early in the morning.
Fair.
Okay?
Yeah.
The mind says, yes, this is good for you,
good for
and
you.
I go to bed
Yeah.
on
Right.
time and everything, and I'm convinced.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay? Then the alarm starts.
And the
Then
struggle
there is
And that's the
this-
worst day of your
the
life.
struggle
There is
starts.
this
Yeah.
conversation, you
Yeah.
know, you're tired. You
Tired,
didn't get
yeah.
enough sleep.
Didn't get enough
Habibi,
sleep.
stay where you are. You can do it.
There's
the
always
day after tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Okay? So
after
it
tomorrow.
comes in so many different ways and
Yeah.
so many different sounds. So you need to be aware of that.
I think the problem is it's such a widely accepted and known and understood topic. Everyone talks about the comfort zone, but yet again, most people that talk about it are also enjoying it. So how do we break it? Like, how do we
you
step
have
outside?
you have
I guess you challenge yourself.
you have to challenge yourself. You need a mentor. You need a coach.
It's easier said than done, right?
You need a life coach.
You need a life coach.
You need his number.
or someone that is with you as a friend,
Yes,
for example,
yes.
that you
Yeah.
are going through this. Okay,
Sure.
listen, this is what we want to do. Let's do it together. Then you become accountable to.
Yeah.
So is it
to each
always
other.
about accountability? Is that what's missing? We need someone to keep us at check.
How do you measure it? Because you need to take that step forward. Without that step forward, you are still in the same place. And then you need to take another step. Then you need to take another step. It doesn't matter how big is that step.
Yeah.
As long as you are
And taking a step nonetheless, exactly.
as you are moving
Yeah.
forward. And it's okay sometimes as you are progressing 2 steps, there might be 1 step back. That's okay.
Is it more about the journey, not the?
That's okay. That's okay. Actually,
Yeah.
يعني when we talk about success, it's not a linear
Right.
equation.
People think it's a linear equation.
It's
They
not.
think it's just
It never is.
smooth ride up.
Never
it's
is.
a composite, and even failure is part of success.
Exactly.
Okay, and
Exactly.
we need to embrace it. We need to accept it. We don't
Exactly.
make mistakes or failures intentionally.
Exactly.
Best if it happens, let it be. But the question is, what did I learn from that failure?
What's the learnings?
So you'd say it's very important to not only acknowledge our comfort zones, but challenge them and try to get out of it, right? To advance.
Absolutely. I would add, be aware.
Be aware of your
Be
comfort
aware,
zone.
because this is the first
Yeah.
step.
Be
But this
self-aware.
is you have to know yourself first.
Yeah.
Exactly. They say the first step of solving any problem is realizing there's a problem. Like
Absolutely.
so like
Is that another quote?
that's the first quote.
Is it?
It's the first of many, Ahmed.
All right.
It's the first of many.
And I'll give you a similar example. Someone who's not feeling well. Tell him, okay, go to the doctor. Say,
Yeah.
no, I'm fine. Habibi, I'm fine. زين؟
I'm fine.
I'm fine.
If they do not
There's fire
accept,
all around me.
if I deny, if I'm
Yeah.
in denial, خلاص.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's not gonna happen.
I loved when you said the one step at a time. I know that the book Atomic Habits, when they say like get 1% better every day. And I remember reading the story of this guy in the book that basically wanted to go to the gym and he could never stick to the gym. So what he started doing, he started literally going to the gym for 5 minutes every day, not to work out, but to literally enter the gym and leave. And the reason he was doing it is because he was building the habit.
Muscle memory.
No, exactly. Actually, exactly. He was building the habits of simply visiting the gym.
Did he succeed?
He
after
succeeded.
that?
He succeeded, and then
He
after
actually started working out.
Yeah, and then after a while, he just added a little bit on top of the comfort zones, and he started working out.
I mean, I guess you got to start somewhere.
You have to.
Yeah.
Getting
You have to.
1% better.
It's that step.
It's all about that first step you take.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What you are saying, you see, for example, let's say I would like to write a book or a novel, and it's my first one. What becomes a barrier for me, I always assume that it's going to be
That.
the bestseller.
Oh.
Okay, حبيبي, little يعني شوية الego,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah,
say
yeah,
it's not
yeah.
gonna work. No, I will not be
The
able to reach
opposite.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to start.
Start somewhere.
Okay, you need to fall on your face. You need to stand up again.
4-7 stand up 8
and then you are going to reach there.
Absolutely.
Okay, and it might not be a bestseller. It might be just another book. And the same thing goes whether you want to draw or whether if you want to go to the gym. I go to the gym and I see those people who've been there for years.
Yeah.
And they do it easily with all these lifts, heavy weights. I should not compare myself to them. I should start by just walking into the gym.
But that's very wise. I mean, how did you get to that level of understanding? I mean, you have such tremendous self-awareness. So did that come from life experience, or was it life coaching and the course itself that you did, or
It's a combination.
it's a combination of
It's-
everything?
it's-
You're a traveler as well,
It's,
so
it's a combination. I remember our guide when we did Kilimanjaro on the 4th or 5th day. And the trail was really challenging. And he has this thick voice. His name is Chunga. I said, Fawz. I said, what do you mean? He said, look behind, look where you came from. You came a long way.
True.
He said, all I need from you is one step. Just give me one step at a time. I don't want you to run. And it happened. It's one step. It's like the piggy bank.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Add to it. You add to it. You add to it.
And at the end, you're like shocked of what you have, and instead of looking at the tip of the mountain right from the start, look at your next step.
Absolutely.
So-
And the other thing, be patient. Be kind to yourself. Love yourself.
You're throwing wisdom.
I like that.
You're throwing wisdom. You're throwing wisdom.
Be kind to yourself. Love
لأن
yourself.
إحنا we are the most critical and the harshest on ourselves.
Yeah. Why do you think that is? Why we're so critical of ourselves?
Self-worth. Because whatever we do, it's not enough. But if the other guy does it,
Are we greedy?
we don't value ourselves that much.
Is it because it's always greener on the other side?
It's because I'm waiting for someone to tell me
That I'm good.
that I am good. Okay? And this is like I'm begging. Please tell me. And if you don't tell me, I will not feel good.
But has it always been like this, or did it just start with the growth of social media? where we
I
seek,
think social media added to it. It didn't start it.
where we seek people's acceptance.
Oh,
When
yes,
doing
definitely. It
Yeah,
has taken it to
yeah.
a different level, multiplied it.
Yeah,
It's like,
multiple.
I'm not gonna do
Multiplied.
anything, and I think comparison has tremendously become worse. It's like social media entered the world, and then it's not a matter of am I doing good or not, am I doing better or not. It's like
Right.
Yeah,
better than the
getting
other
enough
person.
likes, how many followers
It's
do
ridiculous.
I have, and so on. And so it's this continuous comparison with the other that I will find myself consumed looking at this part instead of really focusing on what I really want to do and to really build what I want to do.
You know, focusing on the important things.
Absolutely.
Now, would you say having a routine is a good thing to stick to? Or routines can hold us back sometimes?
Routine slash discipline is good.
Routine slash discipline.
Okay. But be aware, is this routine becoming a comfort zone? Is it helping me grow? Do I want to grow?
That's the first question.
Yeah.
Do I want to grow?
It's okay if you don't want to grow.
That's
You're
it's-
happy.
It's a choice.
You're satisfied.
But Ahmed, how do you identify if you're in a routine? Like let's take us, like, for example, we're in Ramadan now, and obviously
Yeah.
Ramadan is a routine-ish month. You know,
Yeah.
you go to work, back, you eat, and you sleep. How do I sit and recognize that, hey, listen, I am in a routine now. It's time to break something. Time to break the first circle of my comfort. Some people might be blinded to see it, perhaps.
I agree. Many are actually blinded. But you will notice that there is something missing. Something is not fulfilling in what you are doing.
There's no spark.
Yes, there is no spark. There is no taste to it. It's like this hamster going on this wheel. So again, we're going back to self-awareness is the key. Self-awareness is the key.
My friend, I feel like he's sleeping a lot, by the way. So this is really ridiculous. But like, whenever my friend starts sleeping 12 hours a day, I literally go to him. I'm like, listen, something is not right.
Maybe he's depressed.
Are you okay?
Yeah, are you
And then
okay?
maybe there's something that needs to change. Perhaps that's a physical body sign. That, hey,
Yeah.
move, buddy, move.
It could be. We react in different ways. Everyone is different. It's like a fingerprint. It might sound the same, but one to really needs to dig and understand it more.
Well, it's been a great conversation so far. Before we wrap up, is there any advice or any last words would you like to leave us with the audience?
Especially in Ramadan.
Yeah,
Like, what can people
especially in
do?
Ramadan.
What lesson should they take on board to actually take action in Ramadan?
Well, يعني Ramadan is a holy month, and if they have the time, actually this is a great time to charge on a spiritual level, because you need to keep the balance between the body, the mind, and the soul. Okay,
Yeah.
so this is a beautiful time for anyone who seeks to really satisfy themselves of the thirst, spiritual thirst,
Yeah.
is to do it in Ramadan, and it could be a soul-searching opportunity as well.
I love it. Thank you so much for
Lovely
the
words. Thank you
beautiful,
for your
beautiful
time.
first episode. Honestly,
Yes. Awesome episode. Thank you for your
Shukran.
time. We appreciate your presence.
and wisdom.
Thank you so much.
Ladies and
Shukran.
gentlemen, we'll be right back with the wrap up. And we're back for our wrap up, our first episode. Congratulations.
Thank you to you too.
Very, very successful. I want to say that was a beautiful conversation.
Very insightful.
What did you learn today?
A lot about the comfort zones. Like
Right.
How important it is, especially in Ramadan, that you can easily fall into routines. You might as well break them.
I feel like you have it within you to be a life coach if you decided to be.
Me as Hassan?
Yes, you as Hussein. Yes, you as Hussein.
I wanted to pursue a course in life
Yeah.
coaching, but it takes around
I
6
feel
to 7
like
months, I think.
you are an inspiring person.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Inspiring with an E.
But yes, you are a very inspiring person. So
You
I
too.
think, yes. Okay. Oh, wow. Thank you. Anyway, we have lots and lots of episodes
100%.
daily right here on KTV2 for the Untold with Hussein Al-Ajuz.
ALMazeedi.
Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow.